Good evening. I think you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me, no? Can anyone send me a response? Please send me yes or no. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to start our second batch. Actually, in our first batch now, first group. Now we are in the mid of second lesson. And actually our first lesson is measurement lesson in our, actually not the first lesson, but in our class we doing measurement lesson as the first lesson. Actually in our syllabus is second lesson. I think you all have the syllabus PDF. I have uploaded into the group. You can find it. You can uh, find and you can read what are the syllabus, what are the lessons. Last day also I explained. I am not going to explain today what are the areas and lessons. You can refer your syllabus, okay, or you can refer last day. You can watch last day recording, okay. The other thing, in in our syllabus, our first lesson is actually area and volume. It is very easy basic mathematics lesson, but in our class we starting from second lesson. Starting from our first lesson we start the measurements. Okay, measurement tutes. I think you anyone don't have tutes yet. I think don't have tutes yet. Actually, I have tutes. Wait, I'll show you. This is the tute of this lesson. Uh, where it is. Okay, this is the. Okay, I couldn't find the measurement tute. Wait, give me a minute. Okay, this is our second lesson tute, but I think printed tutes over. Printed tutes over. I will print again and I will give you the printed note. I have sent the PDF file. I have sent. This is our second lesson. This lesson, this is the forces and its behaviors that we doing in the our second group. Now we are mid of this second lesson. Mid of we discussing about the resultant force. Resultant force, small part left in the second lesson in the first group. Okay, but now today for you we starting from the first lesson. Okay, first lesson, first day. Okay, first lesson, very basic part. Starting from very basic level, and we going to uh, level by level, step by step into complex areas, complex points we can discuss after the we discussing about these basic things. Okay, go to the can you download the PDF file? Okay, I'll show you. Okay, this is your tute. This is your tute. measurements. You can download it in the group after your for next month. For this month July, you don't need to pay any payment for this month, but from next month you have to pay your for next month first week. You can pay next month payment, and after that you can get this tute. Clear? Tute mean the printed tutes. Not only that, I will give you second lesson tute as well. The second lesson tute I will send you home through the postal service. I will send. Then we can discuss in the tute from the first week of next month. Okay, we start with tutes. Try to get tutes before that. Okay, then it is easy. Okay, your payments not belongs to this month. Your all payments, no any payments for tutes. Only class fee for next month. Okay, class fee. The class fee is only 4,000. Okay, 4,000 with tute cost. Okay. Okay, any problem before we start? Any problem about our tutes or related payments or anything you can ask? Any doubt? Because after we start, we can't discuss anything. Any problem in not relevant to lesson? I'm asking in our class, any problem? No. Yes or no? Yeah, response. Yeah. Then it is easy for continue the class. You can chat with me. You have a chat. I think you familiar the Zoom background. Zoom platform. I think you familiar. Okay, we start, and after that you will familiar. Other thing, all recording from next month first week, with your first payment you can register on our website. Okay, I'll help you how to register, and after that you will have a folder in the website, in access folder. Then after that, if there are any class missing, you can go to this website folder. You can get the each day recordings ordinary in the website. Are you good? Yeah, send me message otherwise. Can we start now? Dinushi, are you clear? I'm starting from first name.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, we're going to start about measurements. Okay, this is our second lesson actually. This is second lesson. Sorry, this is second lesson. But in our class, we doing this measurement as the first lesson. After that, we start second lesson, because the first, after that complete the second lesson, we go to the first lesson and complete that, because it is very simple basic mathematics lesson. But in this measurement lesson, it is very interesting lesson, because we have a lot of practicals as well. Every practicals we doing within the class. Okay, within the class we doing all practicals in this. I think you can understand. Still you don't know. Within the lesson we discussed different type of measuring instruments, like vernier calipers. I'll show you vernier calipers. Every practicals we doing with novel technologies. We doing all practicals. Okay, we have all facilities for online class. We have all facilities, everything we have for in our first batch. We are the leading class for your first batch. For second batch, I only got small numbers, but in our first batch, I think number of students more than 30 in our first batch. That means group number 1, that is Thursday. Okay, after few weeks, after few months, after complete your basic parts, first group and second group, I get as a one group. Okay, get as one group. Therefore, no need to worry. After a few months, we can continue like this as two groups. As two groups, we can continue 2 to 3 months. We can continue after your basic parts cover. We can get into first group. Okay, then as a batch, you can work as together. Okay. Okay, starting from beginning. Before that, I'll show you what we discussed in this lesson. In this lesson, we mainly discussing about measuring instrument. See, this is a vernier caliper. Everything about this vernier caliper, we discussing within the lesson. Okay, everything. How we get measurements, what are the parts of this vernier caliper, what else? What are the function of each parts, everything we discussed within the lesson. Okay, these what are the types of errors in each instrument, types of errors. After that, we discussed about micrometer screw gauge. The micrometer screw gauge is another instrument that we discussed to measure the length, very small lengths. Okay, that we discussed every parts, functions, functions of each parts, how we get measurements using micrometer screw gauge, and what are the errors of micrometer screw gauge. Everything we discussed in the micrometer screw gauge. Finally, we discussed about triple beam balance. This is micrometer, still micrometer. Okay, that's a triple beam balance. In the triple beam balance, every practicals we doing with novel technologies, everything we cover within the class. Okay, if like a physical class, every practicals we cover, but in your exam, no any practical component. For you know any practical exam for SFT, but in your ET, engineering technology, you have 30% practical component. You have to ready, you have to get hands-on experience for the engineering technology. But in our science for technology, in our subject, don't need more practical component. Okay, in our subject there are practical components we have. Okay, some few practical components we have, but in our exam, not practical component. That means separate practical exam we don't have, but engineering technology you have practical component, practical exam 30% component. Okay, but in our syllabus there are few practicals, but they are not coming as a practical exam in the A level. Okay, it's not coming as a practical exam, but some practical questions coming in the written paper. Paper practical questions come in the question, structured essay questions. Good question. So do we have practicals for BST? Definitely. BST and ET, the same scenario. For BST and ET both, you have 30% practical component and 70% written paper. 70% for written paper. Fatima, clear? For our subject, science for technology don't have any practical exam, but if you practice these practicals, then it will very comfortable for doing paper. Because if any question coming based on practical, then you have to, if you have experience doing this practical, it is additional advantage. It is additional advantage. If you have practical exposure, it is additional advantage. Therefore, in this in our class, as maximum, we cover all practicals. All practicals we cover. Some instrument we have some instrument, vernier calipers, micrometers, screw gauge, the basic instrument we have. Some practicals, few of practicals actually we can't do in our class. Therefore, we using technology, we using animations, we all practicals we cover. If you don't have an instrument, we all cover by using animations with technologies. But basic instrument we have, all basic instrument we have. Okay, but the thing is, in engineering technology and biosystems technology, both practical exam will be held after 2.5 months after the written exam. That means the time period, gap period is 2.5 months. Approximately 70 days you have ready for the practical exam after written exam. Okay, that's actually, it's not too hard. Actually, hard thing is written paper. 70% is the hard. The practical actually not too hard. If you have some experience doing this, you can get full marks in this 30%. It is easy than paper actually, because for paper you have to uh, for written paper, I'm talking about engineering or biosystems technology. For written paper, you have broad knowledge. You should have broad knowledge about every subject, every lesson, each and every lessons. But the practical component, your practical, the practical is person, student to student, the practical is different. Exam mass practical is different. Uh, but the practical is coming for the specific lesson, for the specific lesson. Therefore, actually, if you have experience doing this practical, you can get full marks. You don't need to know the full syllabus. You don't need to have full idea about syllabus to get this 30 marks actually. Okay, therefore, don't worry about practical actually. You have to think more about the 70%. If you got 70%, if you got at least 60 marks for the written paper, then easily you can get 25 to 26 mark in the practical. Then you have a perfect A. You have good A. Okay, that's about practicals. Okay, now we're going to start about measurements. Okay. Okay, do you have any idea what is the meaning of the measurement? Okay, first we're going to start about measurement. Okay, I'll go to the whiteboard. Okay, what's the meaning of this measurement? Our first lesson, actually, this is not the first lesson, it is second lesson. That is measurement. 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 Okay, do you have any idea what's the meaning of the measurement? What is the measurement? What is a measurement? Measurement එකක් කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? What's the definition? Any idea from your end? I'm asking in general, what is the idea? I not need scientific full definitions. In according to your mind, I asking what is the meaning of this measurement? Any idea? You can send me any idea, any answer in your ideas. No need perfect explanation, perfect definition, no need. What do you think? Any idea? What's the meaning of the measurement? What's a measurement? Now you have idea? Okay, you can send me. Then we can decide by combining your all answers, we can prepare definition. Yeah, you can try. Send me. What's the meaning of the measurement? Yeah, two answers. Others, you can try. Afsal, no? What you mind? Okay, two answers we have. Okay, one answer is finding the value of an object. Finding the value of an object. Which value? That is a problem. Uh, the other answer is an idea about the quantity of matter. Good. The quantity of matter. Yeah. Yeah. Again, Fatima send me. Yeah, quantity. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. In physics, there is a specific definition for the measurements. The measurement is the measurement is the measurement is given numerical value for any physical quantity. Yes, you all are correct. Given an numerical value for any physical quantity that we called as simply what measurement. Numerical value for any physical quantity. Any physical quantity that we called as not only quantity, that we call physical quantity. Physical quantity and physical quantity both same, but in physics definition we consider physical quantity. Physical quantity. Physical quantity. Give a numerical value for any physical quantity that we called as give a numerical value for any physical quantity that we called as a measurement. Okay, now there is a problem. What is the meaning of numerical value? Numerical value. What's the meaning of the numerical value? What's the meaning of the numerical value? The numerical value mean numbers, like we can say 5, 10, 20, like numbers. That's a numerical value. Whatever quantitative, okay, not qualitative we can discuss later. Qualitative mean according to quality, height, like red, white, different qualities. It is the qualitative. The numerical mean quantitative, quantity, it has a quantity. Okay, then 5 to 10, they are the numerical values. Then again we have problem. What is the meaning of this physical quantity? The physical quantity mean, I will give you some example for physical quantity. The physical quantity, if we consider about length, the length is a physical quantity. Length is a physical quantity. If we consider about the mass is a physical quantity. If we consider about the velocity is a physical quantity. If we consider about the acceleration is a physical quantity. There are so many physical quantities in this physics. We discuss different types of physical quantities. Give some numerical value. Give a numerical value for any physical quantity that we called as a measurement. Okay, I will give you example. I'll give you a few examples. Okay, if we consider the numeric physical quantities length, our first physical quantity is length. Okay, then we can say by different unit, we can say 2 meter. That's a measurement. That's a measurement. The physical quantity is length. Give a numerical value for this physical quantity. Give a numerical value. This 2 is a numerical value. Numerical value give for a physical quantity. Okay, that's a measurement that we called as a measurement for any physical quantity. If we given any numerical value, numerical number, that is a measurement. That's a measurement. Or we can say it is 5 centimeter. Any unit you can use. Any unit you can use. 3 kilometer, 10 millimeter. The physical quantity is length. Give a numerical value for this physical quantity for the length. That's they are the measurements. They are the measurements. Okay, if I got mass is another example for physical quantity. Okay, then we can say 2 kilogram, 7 gram, 700 milligram, like different quantitative values, numerical values. For the mass is a physical quantity. They are the measurements. Another example. If you consider about the time also a physical quantity. We can measure the time for time. We can measure by numerical values 2-3 hours, 2 minutes, like this. 50 second, different numerical values we can give for the physical quantity. The physical quantities are time, mass, length. They are the examples for physical quantities. Okay, I got the thing. I got the point. The measurement is give some numerical value. Give a numerical value for any physical quantity in the physics that we called as a measurement. I got. Guys, I got. Try to quickly respond. Otherwise, the time is very important. Quickly respond. Then we can, if you have doubt, you can ask quickly. If you understood, you can send me as yes quickly. Then we can go to the next part. Okay. Okay, come to the tute. Okay, measuring instrument. In physics, a measurement is the giving of numerical value to any physical quantity that we called as a measurement. In physics, a measurement is a a measurement is a giving the numerical value for any physical quantity. Okay, you can highlight after you receive your tutes, you can highlight. The following table shows the main physical signs and they are measuring units that we use in our daily life. Okay, that's not all. They are common physical quantities that we use in our day-to-day life. Okay, we already discussed about length, mass, and time. But in here, I have given standard unit only. Okay, for length measurements, to get any numerical value for length, we have many number of units. The one is meter. The meter is the standard unit. Okay, then we have kilometers, millimeters, centimeters. There are different types of range of units. Range of units actually that we discussed in the prefixes part. That we discussed what are the relationship with this different unit that we discussed in the prefixes part. Okay, for now you can understand that for length the meter is the standard unit. The standard unit is meter. For mass, the standard unit is kilogram. Kilogram. There are other unit. What are the other units? Gram, kilogram, mega, no, tons, tons. Okay. Time, the standard unit is second. That is very important. The time standard unit is second. We can use minutes, hours, days, months, years to measure any time interval. Okay, there is another one here, electric current. Do you have any idea how we measure the electric current? How we measure the electric current? Any idea? How we measure the electric current? What is the instrument? In O level, I think you didn't. What is the instrument that we can use for the measure electric current? Measure the electric current? What is the instrument? Anyone?
Galvanometer.
But I couldn't hear.
Galvanometer.
Yes, galvanometer. Very good. But the galvanometer we use for very small current amounts. There is another common instrument that we use for the measure large currents. Normally in our in our electricity system, if you want to measure amount of current, very good, ammeter. The ammeter is the instrument. The ammeter is the instrument that we use for the measure electric current. They are not need for electricity measurement lesson. They all we discussed in the electricity lesson. We have separate lesson. That's very interesting lesson, electricity. Okay, that in this electricity lesson that we discussed, what are the resistors, what is the current, how the current is forming, how the current is born, and how it is transferred from one place to other place, what is the voltage, how the voltage is generated, what are the usages of voltage, what are the types of voltage. Okay, everything we discussed in our electricity lesson. Electricity and mainly electricity. There is some parts we discussed in the heat lesson as well. We have every energy type we discuss actually in this lesson. In the heat lesson we discuss fully heat energy. In the electricity lesson that we discussed electric energy and magnetic energy both. Okay, in the what else? In the thermal chemistry we discuss the chemistry part of the heat energy, chemistry part. Okay, chemistry related, what heat energy doing for chemical industries, chemical equations, chemical reactions, not equation, chemical reactions, what heat is doing. Actually the middle part lessons are very interesting, our syllabus. Okay, you can go through with our syllabus. I have already sent to the group. You can go through, then I think you can understand this. Actually the initial lessons are little more interesting, like forces. Actually it little bulk subject. After 2 to 3 lessons completing, other lessons are very interesting, but without completing this basic lesson you can't go for the middle part lessons. Okay, you have to start from the beginning, then we can discuss and we can go to the middle part step by step. Okay, normally electric currents, we can use small electric currents. We can like milliampere size electric current that we can use for galvanometer, but ampere mainly measured by the ammeter. The standard unit is ampere. The standard unit, the symbol is A. Capital A is the symbol, but other than ampere, the standard unit is ampere. Other than ampere, we can use milliampere, mega ampere. There are different types of units we can use, but the standard unit is ampere. Okay, before that, I readable this letters. පේනව නේද? මේක කියවන්න පුළුවන් නේද? If there any connection issue, no issue. If there are any issue, please send me, because in my screen it's not for my screen it's given as directly by line, but for your screen it's coming through the connection. Therefore, if there are any connection drops, the letters blurry. Okay, make a blur වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක නිසා if there any problem came, you can send me message, then I can get actions. Okay. Okay. The electric current is okay. Electric current is a physical quantity that we can give 5 ampere, 10 milliampere, like numerical values. They are the measurements related electric current. Okay. Do you know, in the it's not given, but do you have any idea what's the meaning of the voltage? What's the meaning of the voltage? How we measure the voltage? What's the instrument? Okay, the meaning we can discuss in the electricity lesson. What's the instrument to measure the voltage? Voltage එක මොකක්ද බං? Very good. We can use voltmeter, no? Voltmeter. Normally, the voltage meaning is the potential difference between the two edge of any conductor. But basic level, you don't need to remember definitions. Understand by voltmeter we can use to measure voltage. What is the unit? The unit of voltage? Voltmeter, what's the unit? Standard unit? What is the standard unit for voltage? I'm asking only on O-level things. Others are explaining. O-level, you already know these things, as I think. Unit, standard unit? Very good. Volt is the standard unit, the capital V. Capital V. Okay. Okay, next one is the amount of matters. The amount of matters, I think, amount of matters also you discussed in the O-level science. The amount of matters mean within the given area, how many matters? You know, everywhere in the earth, everything in our world they produce with molecules. matters. Normally, I think you already know matters we can divide into three types. Matters we can divide into three types: solids, liquids, and gases. Okay, they are the three main types of matters. Everywhere, everything in the world is contained with these matters. Normally, that's why we call matters mainly three types. Okay, matters mainly three types. It is solids, liquid, and gases. If I consider about solids, හොඳට බලන්න මේවා ඉස්සරහට අපි discuss කරනවා, but basic level if you know, it's good. It will easy for our future lessons. Okay, in solids, if you go to solid, their structure is very compact. Their molecular structure is very compact. It is like this. Molecular structure is very compact. No any space. They are well compacted, and their intermolecular spaces very low, and intermolecular bonds මෙයාලගේ අතර තියෙන bond එක it is very strong. If I consider about liquid, they don't have their bonds are less strong than solids, but they also very close. Their molecules also very close. මේවා මේ strong නැති වුණාට මෙයාලගේ මේ molecules තියෙන්නේ ළඟින්. Still they don't have more spaces. But if we consider about the gas molecules they are freely available molecules. More spaces between two molecules. Between molecules, two spaces, many considerable value of spaces. And other thing is their intermolecular bonds are weak bonds between molecules. They don't have strong bonds. That's why they are freely moving. Okay, now you can get idea. Matters mainly three types: solids, gas, and liquids. Every matter is contained with molecules. No, only their behaviors changing. හැම matter එකක්ම molecules වලින් තමයි හදලා තියෙන්නේ. එයාලා තියෙන විදිය විතරයි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ. Are you good? Now we can measure the amount of matter of any object by the unit is mole. About moles calculation, that we everything discussed in our thermal chemistry lesson. How heat energy affect for the chemical reactions lesson. Okay, the thermodynamic temperature mean normally temperature. For temperature we have main three units: Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. The standard unit is Kelvin. Sometimes some students think the standard unit for temperature is Celsius, because for Celsius is the unit that we use frequently for measure temperature. But you have to remember the standard unit is Kelvin. It's the symbol is K. Its symbol is K. Capital K. Okay, I think now you have full idea what's the meaning of measurements. That's only we discussed up to now. Measurement is give any numerical value for any physical quantity that we called as a measurement. Okay, up to now okay? Any doubt up to now? Quickly response. Any doubt up to now? Yeah. Yeah, actually, you have to help me because now our first group, if you join for our first group, 1.5, actually not 1.5, 2 lessons missing, because if you join for second lesson, it's basic parts now complete. Therefore, it's not easy to catch the lesson parts that we discussed in the first group actually. Therefore, I am doing this class little speed, actually slightly speed. I'm going slightly speed, but in our first group we doing very slowly. I think I'm doing not very speed, slightly speed. According to your understand, I can complete these parts uh, quickly, and I hope to within 2 months we can join your class and our first group in the rotational motion or whatever lesson we can join. Okay, then yeah, probably you can join with our rotational motion lesson. Our new lesson we start for the first group, then we can continue our lesson, our this class up to forces lesson is complete. Okay, then the no any part is missing. For rotational motion, no need forces and measurement, no need knowledge. But other if you go to work, energy, power, mechanical properties of matters like lessons, forces knowledge is compulsory. Before these lessons, within these 2 months we can complete this all in the forces lesson. Then I think it's good. Then as a one batch we can continue. Okay, now for up to we discussing forces lesson, now you don't need to join for first group. After that you can join with our first, after when we start the rotational motion, our third lesson, you can join for first group and second group both, this class both. Then after we complete first 2 lessons, this class will off. Okay, this class again we not going to continue this one. Again we only doing our regular class. Are you okay with this? That's my plan. තේරුණා නේද? මේක අපි දිගටම කරගෙන යනවා මේ forces lesson එක ඉවර වෙනකම්. From third lesson I will get you all into the first group, then you can start from third lesson and continue. For future lessons you need this basic knowledge. Therefore within 2 to 2.5 months we continue this class every Saturday and we complete the basic parts. Then I think it's better. I think ඒක හොඳයි. ඔයාලා දැන් අර එක විදියට යන එක හොඳයි. එතකොට ඔයාලා දැන් ඔයාලට හැමදාම හිතෙනවනේ දැන් අපි මේකෙම ගියොත් අපි පහු වෙලා ඉන්නේ කියලා. ඔයාලත් අනිත් අය ගන්නට මේ යන එක හොඳයි. අපි එතකොට බේසික් ටික මේක ඉවර වෙනවා. එතකොට when we go to the work energy like lesson, this lesson is complete. Basic parts complete. Okay, prefixes. Okay, prefixes, it is little difficult to understand. I think you can understand if I explain with example. Okay, it is the prefixes mean very simple thing. The definition only little complex. Okay, the prefixes mean think you have a very large measurement, very large measurement. think 0, 0, 0. Thousand millimeter, like large measurement, very large measurement, like thousand millimeter. Now, is it easy to understand? 1,000 millimeter. If anyone say the length of this table is 1,000 millimeter, or length of this book is 1,000 millimeter, can you understand this, the quantity? Can you understand? It is difficult, no? But the same measurement, if uh, other person explain like it is 10 centimeter, now you can have some idea. Now you can have some idea the 10 centimeter. Okay, now some other person can explain the same measurement. It is 0.1 meter. 0.1 meter. Now you can get more idea. The 0.1 meter mean 1 meter divided into 10 parts. Then one part is the 1,000 millimeter. Okay, that's the meaning of actually prefixes. That is the meaning of the prefixes. Think another one. Okay, 10 lakhs of gram, the mass of any object, gram 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs. Then if the same measurement, if I explained as 1,000 kilogram, 1,000 kilogram is the 10 lakhs of gram. Okay, the same measurement. They are the prefixes. They are the prefixes. Now again I can explain it is 1 ton. 1 ton. Tonnekai. Then same measurement. I think more than these values, very large measurements, you can get some idea. You can easily understand what is the quantity of that if I explain in this way. No? Are you agree with me? මෙහෙම කියනවට වඩා මෙහෙම කිව්වම you can easily understand. Yes, it is easily understand. Okay, that's the meaning of the prefixes. If any I will explain another example. Very small එකක්. Okay, there is a measurement 0.00001 meter. Then can you imagine this? Can you imagine the quantity of this? Difficult. You can imagine it. You have to try several times. You have to think separately for this. Okay, if I explain the same measurement 0.001 centimeter, you can get some slight idea more than this. But again, you can explain 0.01 millimeter. Now you can think, no? Now you can think about this. 0.01 millimeter, that means actually 1 millimeter, the meaning, okay? 1 millimeter, if I divide into 100 parts, one part is the 0.1 part is this measurement. That's the prefixes. They are the prefixes. Now understand the definition of prefixes. Now you have full idea. Now understand. If any measurement is very large or very small, too large or too small, we can express this measurements by different type of units. They are the prefixes. They are the prefixes. Then the centimeter is a prefixes. Kilogram is a prefixes. Actually, not kilogram. Kilo is the prefixes. Centi is the prefixes. Milli is the prefixes. Centi, milli, they are the prefixes. I got this. If any measurement is too small or too large, we can express by different words. Actually, these words are the prefixes in physics. In I think මේවට සිංහලෙන් කියනවා සිංහල I don't remember actually. In Sinhala, that is another meaning. Okay, another meaning. The English word is prefixes. Okay. Okay, I got the meaning. I got this or not. If any measurement is too small or too large, we can use different words to express the too small or too large measurement in understandable way. That they are the prefixes. These words are the prefixes. Are you good? Okay, now I will give you a few examples. Write down here. Two small measurements. Two small measurements. The problem is you don't have tutes, no? You can note down on a writing paper, then after receive your tutes, you can complete tutes. Okay, if you complete tutes, this tute pack, actually not pack, for this lesson you have one tute. You have full note. If you completed tutes, if you have to complete a tute, you have full note for measurement lesson. Then any calculation parts, everything you can do in a separate paper and you can attach the tutes. Then you have full note. Then you can, this is the measurement. Then forces also you have separate tutes, and all questions also in the tute, but you have to do in a separate papers and attach to the tutes. Okay, then you have separate forces tute. Okay, then every lesson only maths lesson we not doing by tutes, because it is not practical. Actually, maths lesson we have to do calculations. Other all lessons you have tutes. Yeah, other all lessons you have tutes. I think only one chemistry lesson you don't have tutes. It is thermal chemistry. Thermal chemistry also we only have calculations. Therefore, for 26 batch we did this lesson as a written note, by a written note, and heat lesson also. Heat and thermal chemistry, both calculation lessons. Lot of calculations. Okay, no more tutes, no more notes actually, no more written things. Therefore, this type lesson we doing by written notes. Others we doing by this, like this, tute by tutes. Okay, two small measurements. Okay, give me a second. There's a problem here. Give me a second. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, two small measurements. Two small measurements we can use. The first one is the first prefixes that we can use is deci. The deci. The deci. Deci. Do you know what's the meaning of decimeter? The deci. The symbol is simple D. The symbol is simple D. Okay. Do you know what's the meaning of the decimeter? Decimeter. Decimeter එකක් කියන්නේ කොච්චරක්ද කියලා දන්නවා? Do you have idea? What's the meaning of decimeter? Decimeter. Decimeter. Any idea? Decimeter එකක් කියන්නේ. What's the meaning of 1 decimeter? 1 decimeter. One decimeter mean, remember that, think it is 1 meter. It is 1 meter. If I divide this 1 meter into equal 10 parts, equal 10 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one part is a decimeter. Remember, okay. This one part is a 1 decimeter. 1 decimeter mean actually then if you got in centimeters, it is 10 centimeters. 1 decimeter is 1 meter divided into 10 equal parts. Then one part, if you consider, this is the 1 decimeter. 1 decimeter. Okay, if I 1 meter, if I divide into 100 equal parts, then one part, what is the name? 1 meter divided into 100 equal parts. සමාන කොටස් 100කට බෙදලා one part name. Yeah, they are simple. මේක 100කට බෙදුවම if I divide the 1 meter into 100 parts, the one part name that you already know. This one part is, that is centimeter. That is centimeter. You know, for 1 meter, 100 centimeters. That is centimeter. Then 1 meter, if I divide into 1000 equal parts, then what is a 1 millimeter? Sorry, one part. Make a 1000කට බෙදලා one part. What's the name? If I divide 1 meter into 1000 equal parts, then one part name is, no answers. You have response. Very good thing. It is 1 millimeter. This one part is 1 centimeter. This is 1000 වලට බෙදුවම after dividing 1000 part, it is 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. Okay, if you know this, now you can understand prefixes. Okay, come here. Okay, 1 decimeter mean 10 to the power minus 1. 10 to the power minus 1. 10 to the power minus 1. 10 to the power minus 1 mean, I think you can understand, 1 meter, if I divide into 10 equal parts. 1 meter, if I divide into 10 equal parts, this is the, 10 to the power minus 1 mean 1 divided by 10. Minus 1 mean. මේකම තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. 1 over 10 ම තමයි 10 to the power minus 1. මේ 10 එක උඩට ගත්තාම, if we got the 10 into upward, it is become minus 1. It's coming as minus 1. The 1 meter divided into 10, that is the 10 minus 1 meters. Okay, don't need unit. I think you got the idea. Okay, if you have any doubt, please ask. They are basic things in the syllabus. Okay, now the second one is centi. The second prefix is centi. The centi, the symbol is C. Simple C. The centi mean 10 to the power minus 2. 10 to the power minus 2 mean 1 meter if divided into 100. 100 mean, you already know, it is 10 square. 10 square is 100. Then 10 square, if you go to upward, may උඩට ගත්තාම what happened? 10 minus 2. 10 minus 2. 10 minus 2. Okay, I think you can understand. The third one is milli. Simple M is the symbol. Milli mean 10 to the power minus 3. You already know 1 meter, if I divide into 1000, that is the millimeter. Then it is not only for meter, for on all quantity we can get the milli. Is not coming for the meter, okay? Millimeter විතරක් නෙවෙයි තියෙන්නේ. You already know milliampere we discussing. Then the milli is a prefixes. If any doubt, please ask. The milli is a prefixes that we use with the meter. Okay, millimeter that we commonly use, frequently use, that's the usage of this milli. That's not only use these milli prefixes that we milliamperes, millivoltage. There are several usage. Okay. Then I'm explaining here example. 1 meter if divided into 1,000, 1,000 mean 10 to the power 3. Then 10 to the power 3, if you got into upward, it is 10 minus 3. 10 minus 3. Fourth one, micro. Micro, the symbol is mu. The symbol is not m, mu. Understand the difference. This is the 1 meter divided into 10 parts, this is 1 decimeter. 1 meter divided into 100 parts, it is 1 centimeter. 1 meter divided into 1,000, it is 1 millimeter. If 1 meter divided into 1 meter divided into this time, that's mean 10 lakhs, that we called as the micrometer. One part we called as micrometer. Micrometer. It is not M, not capital M. The capital M is like this. The micro is like this. It is mu. The symbol is mu that we use for the micrometer. Micrometer, the symbol is mu that we can use for the micrometer. It is mu, the micro. It's mean 10 to the power minus 6. 10 to the power minus 6. Now you already know 10 to the power minus 6 mean by. What's the meaning of the 10 to the power minus 6? 1 divided by 10 lakhs. Then 10 lakhs mean 10 to the power 6. 10 to the power 6 coming as 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, final one. Fifth one. Nano. Nano. Simple n is the symbol. Simple n. Nano. Simple n. The nano is 10 to the power minus 9. 10 to the power minus 9. Normally nanometer mean nanometer කියලා කියන්නේ 1 meter, this 1 meter divided into 3 another 3 zeros. Another 3 zeros. One part we called as 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer. Normally do you heard which type measurements we measuring by the nanometer? මොන වගේ වදක් මනින්? By nanometer, do you have any idea? For millimeters, we can measure the length of your book. Likewise, for centimeters, you can get your length of the book. For millimeters, you can find the thickness of any rod by millimeters. Likewise, I am asking, when we use nanometers, where we use? Any idea? Normally, do you know what is the diameter of the, you already know COVID-19? The COVID-19 is a virus, no? COVID-19 is virus. Normally, do you know the diameter of the COVID-19 virus? It is nanometer 20 to 30. The diameter is nanometer 20 to 30. Nanometer 20 to 30. Do you know, I think you already know bacteria, fungi, bacteria, dilile, fungi. Their diameter is normally micrometer 300 to 400. Imagine the size of the virus, okay? That's not related to our, that we discussed in the microbiology. Okay, in our syllabus, we have a microbes lesson as well, that we discussed everything about every microorganism and how they use for the different industries, how we utilize them. Okay, everything we discussed. Okay, it will explain the diameter of, normally the diameter of bacteria, fungi, it is micrometer 300 to 400. Virus, their diameter is nanometer 20 to 30. Nanometer, imagine the size. Nanometer, what's the meaning of the nanometer? 1 nanometer, 1 meter divided into this value. 1 and 9 zeros. Okay. Eva gave a 20. 20 times this type space, 20. That is the diameter. Imagine what's the size of it. Okay, normally, do you know what is the minimum gap that we can observe as separate? What is the minimum gap? If not, what is the minimum size that we can observe in our naked eye? What is the minimum size that we can observe by our naked eye without any instrument? Without any instrument, what is the minimum size? Least size idea? What is the least size that we can observe for our naked eye? Any idea? No, you can suggest. No need exactly. Send me some value. I ask him what is the minimum. Normally, microorganism we can't observe. Now you can understand micrometer level, nanometer level. We can't see. We can't see in our naked eye. We can observe by different instrument like light microscope, electronic microscope. We can observe, but in our naked eye can මෙහෙම බැලුවම හරිද, without any instrument we cannot observe. Don't have idea? I am asking what is the minimum size we can observe. No, Dinushi. How many millimeters? You send me millimeter. I'm not asking unit. I'm asking value. What is the minimum size that we can observe by our naked eye? ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතනින් එහා පැත්තේ බලන්න බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ බලන්න බෑ නේ පේන්නේ. That we cannot observe. Now can you see this dot? Can you see this dot? Yeah, you can see this dot. That means this is in your naked eye range. Naked eye range. Remember, no any idea, no? Remember 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. Imagine the millimeter gap in your ruler. 1 millimeter means smallest gap. No? 1 millimeter like this. Like this. Okay, this is a 1 millimeter. This 1 millimeter again divided into 10 parts. 1 millimeter divided into 10 parts. That is the least count that we can observe by our naked eye. That means, remember, 0.1 millimeter is the 0.1 millimeter is the least value we can observe by our naked eye. The object less than 0.1 millimeter, we can't observe. I think you got a lot of new things today. Less than 0.5, their size, the diameter is less than 0.1, that we can't observe. Okay, if it is 0.1, that we can observe. Less than 0.1 millimeter, any object we can't observe. Okay, that's why the bacteria can we observe? No. Any microorganism mean they cannot observe in our naked eye. That means their diameter is less than 0.1 millimeters. Okay, that's not actually, that's relevant to our lesson, but microorganism not relevant to this lesson. Okay, I told you. I think now you can imagine what is the micrometer, the size, and nanometer, how it is small. Okay, it is smallest units. Okay, two small measurements that we can observe, that we can express like this: deci, centi, milli, micro, nano. They are prefixes. Okay, now two large measurements. Two large measurements we can use samely different prefixes. The first one is kilo. You already know the kilo is K is the symbol. The kilo mean actually 10 to the power plus 3 multiplied by 1000. That's the meaning of kilo. If it is 1000 gram, it is 1 gram. Sorry, 1 kilogram. 1000 gram, 1 kilogram. That its meaning is 10 to the power 3. The meaning is 10 to the power 3. Any measurements multiply by 10. ඕනම එකකට කිලෝ දානවා කියලා කියන්නේ if any quantity, if we adding kilo, that's mean multiply by 10 to the power 3, multiply by 1000. Okay, the next one is mega. The capital M, that's mean 10 to the power 6. 10 to the power 6, 10 lakhs. Next one, giga. Capital G. That's mean 10 to the power 9. 10 to the power 9, that enough. If you want giga, kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta, there are different types of prefixes that we can, that's from computer storage, measure computer storage, we use different prefixes. You already know. Starting from kilo, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabyte, terabytes, petabytes, different types of prefixes that we can use. Okay, you can keep some idea about prefixes. It's better for future studies. Okay, send me message. Are you got the prefixes, and any doubt in prefixes, you can ask. Quickly, we don't have time. today especially I got this time slot. This is our regular time for this class. If I normally I schedule this for this week class yesterday. If I doing it yesterday, I know it is still unstable our class. Better to from today every week you have class on this time. Okay, 5 to 7. I think today I have to stop a little early because I have planned another class. After next week, it's no any class this time. From this next month, actually, next month being next week, I have separated for you this time. Okay. Other point, very important thing, factors should be considered when taking measurements. Okay, this is very important. The thing you need to remember while we taking measurements, the most important thing is the accuracy of the measurements. Okay, if you got any number of, if you got many number of measurement, if anyone not accurate, if anyone not correct measurements, your all effort is, okay, your all effort, your all time, it is waste. Any for any function we can't use these measurements. Okay, therefore while we take a measurement, the most important thing is the accuracy of the measurements. Accuracy. Okay, therefore we can use these steps, you can use these factors to keep the accuracy, to increase the accuracy of the measurements while we taking any measurement. The first one is select suitable measuring instrument. In this lesson we mainly discuss different types of measuring instrument. Then we can you can get full idea how we select suitable measuring instrument for suitable measure. Okay, no, if you have any measurement, every measuring instrument it is not suitable. Every measuring instrument not suitable for your specific measurements. Okay, that should have select a suitable measuring instrument according to the measurements, according to the magnitude of the quantity, and according to the object, according to this place where it is located. Yeah, suitable measuring instrument you have to select, otherwise it will can come errors. Okay, the second one is clean and clear the part of the measuring objects. Measuring object need to be clean before we get the measurements. The thing is, if there are any dust particle, if there are any oil stain, if apply with this object, then the measurement is coming with these particles, then we cannot get accurate measurements. No. Okay, the third one is don't take measure on moving or shaking parts. Moving or shaking parts mean if any object is moving, what happened? If any object is move or rotate, you know, many machine and engine parts are moving. They with less friction, they are moving. If you going to measure a moving object without fixed object, it will can error. Okay, it will can error. These measurements can inaccurate. Therefore, you have to first, the object need to be fixed. After that, you need to get the measurement. Okay. The fourth one is additional pressure. Additional pressure you have to avoid. The thing is, if any additional pressure applied on anything rubber like deforming object, can shape එක වෙනස් වෙන object එකකට, then what happened? The object is deformed. Then can you get the accurate measurement? No. Therefore, always the measurement taking is a very smooth process. Therefore, carefully you need to get the measurement. Taking measurements by looking directly. The looking directly means we can't get measurement like this. We can't get measurement like this. We can't get measurement like this. Okay, we have to looking directly mean we have to maintain that eye level. Okay, you already know, I think in the O-level time, while you measuring some liquid by the measuring cylinder, I think you have not I think exactly you have to measure it in eye level, otherwise measurement is wrong. Not only for volume measurements, for every measurements we have to try to, we have, if we can try maximum get into eye level, it is perfect. It can avoid errors. Okay, it can avoid errors. Okay, the final one is obtain measurements at room temperature. Can anyone suggest reason? I explained. Can anyone suggest what is the reason for this final one? Normally we recommend take measurements in room temperature without overheat condition and overcool condition. Better to get measurements in, not better, more suitable temperature is room temperature. Room means ambient temperature. Can anyone suggest the reason? Quickly. No idea? No, you can think why it is recommended to get in room temperature. Quickly. Why? We don't have time. Why? Why? Idea? No idea. The thing is, if it is higher temperature or low temperature, their sizes can be changed. You know thermal expansion? Do you have idea what is the meaning of thermal expansion? The thermal expansion means with temperature, the size of any object, the volume of object is increasing or decreasing. Okay, that is the thermal expansion. The thermal expansion with temperature differences, the thermally they are expanded. Due to expansion, the what happened? This volume is changing. The volume is changing means their size changing. That's like a deforming. Actually, not a deforming. It's we called as thermal expansion. Okay, in the expansion process, what happened? Their shape, the size is changing. Then we can't get exact measurement, accurate measurement by these objects. Okay, therefore we have to maintain the temperature at ambient temperature to get accurate measurements. To get accurate measurements. Okay, that we discussed today the basic of the measurement lesson, the basic concept. I think now you have full basic concept. Okay, actually the lesson is starting from the next week. The least count of measuring instruments. Measuring instrument we starting from next week. Therefore, anyone don't miss any class. This class, anyone don't miss any class. Otherwise, you will trouble because you already now you late 2 months, not 2 months, 2.5, approximate 3 months you late. Therefore, don't miss any class. Continue and always and get your tudes quickly. Get your tudes before next week and continuous working every day you can separate time 2 to 3 hours for this working. Then you can work on this. Actually this is compulsory for your A level studies. If not, you will trouble at the end. Okay, it will huge stress actually if you not work very well at the beginning. Okay, I think you all are ready to work with our class and everything clear now. If any doubt, you please send me message, and this every recordings I will give you through WhatsApp. I will give now this recording you can get from the group. Within 5 to 3 minutes I can send the recording, and you can watch. If you want, you can again and again watch our classes, and you can complete your works. Okay, get the tute within this week. You have to do next month payment only. Next month payment, then within 3 days you will have tutes, measurements and forces and rotational motion. If I okay, if I have tutes, I can send you 3 tutes. If not, rotational motion, measurements and forces I can say. Okay, I can send measurements and forces. I have to check is there any extra rotational motion tutes. Then if I have, I can send. Okay, then no issue. You have tutes and you have all recordings, and you can work on this. Any doubt? Okay, any comment about our class? Any comment? Because you are very first day, I think. Lot of guys. It's our first day. Your first day. You and me meeting. Okay, any comment? This is the end of our today lesson. Any comment? What you feel? Are you okay with our plans? Our schedule? This is a regular time. Okay? This is a regular time. Any comment? No? No comment. Okay, clear. Okay, then actually this today we discuss the background thing of the lesson. Actual lesson is starting from next week. For next week, today I got only 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay, normally in our first group class is continue with 2.5 hours. Therefore, we have to get the same time. Otherwise, then from next week, ready for 5 to 7:30. Only today I'm going to stop now. I got only 1 hour and 50 minutes only for today. Okay, they are next week you have ready for 2.5 hours for the class. Okay, if you don't have doubt, we can wind up today. Okay, I think everything I explained. Yeah, everything explained. I will explain how to register on our website and how to refer all up to you register. I'll send all recording into the group. Okay, after you registered, we don't need to send the group. You can after the lesson you can go to the website and you can refer. Okay. Okay, that's all from today. Then good night all. Be safe.